This is Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand, for the morning of September 30th, 2022. I'm Wes Mills. The college football playoff championship last January was a huge moneymaker for the city of Indianapolis. The host committee commissioned a study that shows the game and events surrounding it generated nearly $157 million in sales. The study shows about a third of the money went towards local wages for tourism and other industry workers. Host committee president Susan Boffman says the numbers revealed stability to downtown Indy's post-pandemic recovery.
For me and for our committee and the way we're looking at it, we were really so pleased to see that much spending basically into direct payments to jobs and hospitality employees. Kind of jump-started this season of consistency for hotel bookings.
The report shows each visitor spent on average $281 per day in Indianapolis. The game pitted Georgia against Alabama. For 68% of visitors, this was their first trip to Indy, and 72% said they're likely to return. Hoosiers are responding to the devastation of Hurricane Ian in a big way. Members of the Indiana National Guard 38th Infantry Division's Aviation Brigade left yesterday from Shelbyville. 2 Black Hawk search and rescue helicopters and their flight crews were sent to assist. Also, Indiana utility workers are there in force. Plainfield-based Duke Energy Indiana says nearly 140 line workers and support personnel, as well as nearly 300 contract workers, have responded. And Indiana-Michigan Power, a subsidiary of AEP, says it dispatched nearly 200 Hoosier workers. The vast majority of Indiana automatic taxpayer refund payments have been processed, according to state officials. The Indiana Department of Revenue handled direct deposit payments, and the auditor's office handled the printing and mailing of checks. There had been a delay in mailing checks because the state struggled to get enough paper to print the checks. The auditor says all outstanding taxpayer refund checks have been printed and mailed. The last checks were printed on September 21st and mailed the next day. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.
Whether it's a new hire or a noteworthy promotion, IIB's Bigwigs and New Gigs serves as a platform to promote your team. Our revamped offering includes being featured on both the newly redesigned newsletter and at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Subscribers to the Business News subscription save $10 off every listing. Plus, you can save $100 by bundling your submission to IIB with the Indianapolis Business Journal or the Indiana Lawyer. More at InsideIndianaBusiness.com.
Investing in talent development is an integral part of a strong human resources strategy. Meet the honorees who are leading the pack in talent development at our inaugural HR Impact Awards on October 13th. Talent development is just one of 4 categories we'll be exploring at this inaugural event. Hurry! Registration closes on October the 5th. RSVP at ipj.com/events.
Officials from Gary and Greenwood-based Indiana American Water Company have cut the ribbon on an $8 million disinfection facility at its Borman Park water treatment plant. The project allowed the company to switch away from chlorine gas to a safer liquid form to disinfect water. Indiana American purchased adjoining former school property from the Gary Community School Corporation to complete the project. 3 homeowners in the town of Porter with property along Lake Michigan hope the U.S. Supreme Court will take up their case over beach ownership. Our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana report the plaintiffs want the nation's high court to undo several lower court rulings that stem from an Indiana statute. The plaintiffs say their property deeds include a private beach provision, allowing them to exclude people from their beach. But the Indiana Supreme Court has previously ruled the shoreline is owned by the state and has so since 1816, when Indiana became a state. A decision on whether the U.S. Supreme Court will take up this case is likely to be made early next year. 2 communities in the southern half of Indiana are being celebrated for being among the most beautiful small towns in America. Architectural Digest has ranked Nashville number 19 and Columbus at number 53. Nashville is known for its arts community and Brown County State Park. Columbus attracts visitors, including international travelers, for its modern architecture throughout the city. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.